Hello, I'm Chris Gray from Optinet, here with your January 2020 Flex video release notes. The main changes, which you're going to notice in the version which we're rolling out, are changes to the credits, refunds, and also the voids and the discount screen in the till. The motivation is to make the interface a little bit simpler, but also around compliance with Making Tax Digital, and for those of you that use the Xero integration within Flex for your accountants. This will affect all staff members who use these functions, so we'll have a look at those in a moment's time. We've also added a patient account facility into Flex, which gives you the ability to top up or leave a balance on a file of a patient, which they can then spend as they wish or just leave on their account, and we'll see how that works in just a moment too. Also, I'm going to be giving you a little bit of an update around the EGOS England system, the latest news following the rollout which started in the autumn of 2019, and also some exciting changes and progression with the Optinet customer service offering. I'll tell you more about that as well. Right, let's get into Flex and see how the till has changed. So first up, let's have a look at discounts. Here's a receipt I've created, just keeping it nice and simple. The items on it not too important for this. But what we can do is double click and put in our PIN code as normal. And the screen you see is going to be the same to this extent here too. But when we press discount, this is where the changes begin. What we can now do is a line discount or a total discount, just as before. So a line discount would be off the line that I have selected at the moment, or a total discount, of course, would be off everything. As far as to do a total discount, again, some familiarity here, this screen has not changed, but if I put in, for example, a 10% discount on everything, it's just going to show those there. Green tick for confirm, and the discounts have been applied. Next up, let's see how the void facility has changed. Using the same receipt from my discounts, of course the functionality remains the same, that I double click on the item in question, put in my PIN, and this screen appears. But when I press void, again, some graphical changes here for you, and we can see all of the items on the receipt. But usefully, for example, if I was to void off the lenses, then the discount linked to those, or indeed any credits, refunds, etc., would also be ticked by default. So what I can do here is just tick off all the items I want to remove. So just for this training example, I'm taking off everything except the frame. It's going to warn me about that, just as it did before, and that's all done. So next up, let's see how the credit works. I need to double click on the item I wish to credit just as before, and likewise put in my PIN code. Of course, these do all remain role-based options. And if I choose credit, the screen we see is slightly different. It shows all the items which are creditable on the receipt, but what I need to do is choose the credit I wish to put on, be it in pounds or percent. I'm just going to do a full credit of this item. So if I do 100% credit, there we go. Push confirm, and that's now done. I've not pressed anything else here. It's automatically brought up the refund window as the credits and refunds are linked. I now must refund £100 to make sure this receipt balances. So indeed, I'm going to choose that, and I'm just going to put in the refund method. Normally, of course, the originally tendered method. And I've now added on that refund. Press confirm, and I'm all done. So the next new feature we have for you is a patient account function in Flex. This gives you the ability to add money to a patient's file. They can then use it as a payment method, or it can lie on account. I've added on a patient account in and a patient account out button onto my till here. The setup details are all on the Optinet training portal, or give one of my team a call and we can have a look at this with you. Essentially, when I press patient account in, what it's going to do is ask how much wishes to be topped up. So let's put on £25 as my example, and just how they're paying. And that has automatically now created the receipt with the payment against it, so you don't need to still take the payment, and that receipt now is all done. We can see I have £25 on my file. If I just click back onto my own record, just how till balances or scheme arrears would be shown, the patient account amount is flashing there as well. So when the patient wishes to use that money, let me just put on, just to keep it simple, £25 for sundries, for example, then what I can do, patient account out, that's what I've called my button, but you can choose what you want it to say, and that will act as a normal payment method, exact balance, that's now cleared my account balance, and it shows the payment has come from the account spend. We can see on the front page of the patient record and on the till any balance as necessary. If you press that little blue eye just next to where it says account, you'll be able to see a full transaction history of what's gone on here. Through this, if we click on print, that will bring up a report. So if the patient wants to see a detailed history of what they've had, that's what we can do. And also, if they want to have a refund, so they no longer want the money lying on there, you can choose the amount, how you're giving it to them, and that will go through and create a till receipt accordingly. Really nice new feature this, and there's plenty more details online on the Optinet training portal. So those are the most inherent graphical changes to Flex which will affect all users day to day, but there's plenty of other product enhancements and bug fixes and new features. You can find out more online about the new Stock Take app, the ability to add an alternate address onto a patient file, and also a minor change around when you lock the caching up, which should remove a bug which a handful of our customers have been experiencing. A quick mention for EGOS then, if you do wish to sign up for the EGOS England system, then if you go to our utilities website, optinetuk.net, then on there you'll find an EGOS setup request form. If you click on that, then you'll be able to give us some very basic information around, for example, your TP code and your ophthalmic user administrators for PCSE online. Indeed, we cannot get you set up with EGOS without this. So if you can fill out those bits of information, we'll add you onto our staging list and we'll get to you as quickly as we can to get you set up with EGOS England. Currently for GOS 1 and GOS 3, GOS 4 should be coming in the first half of this year. And finally, just a brief overview of exciting new progression for the Optinet customer service team, which are coming up in 2020. The ability to add and track tickets online. You can find out more about this through optinetuk.com/support. And as always, you can still email us your tickets, support@optinetuk.com. If you do still need to phone us, we have a new free phone number, 0800 310 2400, but do check out our separate video with a tutorial about how to track and raise tickets online. That's all for today. As always though, if you do have any questions, please do get in touch. My email address is chris.gray@optinetuk.com.